Morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke, together with Rev Yutaka Yamada. Today is Thursday, the 17th of July, 2025, or the 23rd of June in the 13th year of Chongalguk. Thank you all for coming. Let's begin with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, Chanji Champumunimge, Kyombe, Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English.
하전맨세 5. 전급 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 전산세계와 대산적 지산세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 5. Our family, the owner of Chongalguk, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and the physical world as subject and object partners by centering on true love.
Thank you. I'd like to share again a mother's prayer that she gave for liberation on Gori Island in Senegal on the 19th of January 2018. Heavenly Parent, how many long years have passed as you worked hard and took a sorrowful course to find your sons and daughters. We know of the history that has pained heaven many times because of humans' ignorance. Heavenly Parent, nevertheless, you never gave up on us. Thus, you were able to find the victorious true parents for whom you had wished for so long. When all the people of the world are reborn through the true parents and can be called my son, my daughter, there will be such happiness and delight on that day. Heavenly Parent, the true parents, true mother, the only begotten daughter of God, has come here today. Christianity did not know your deep will or Jesus's essence, and they left a sorrowful history here in Africa and on Gori Island. Where did Jesus's words of love your neighbor as yourself go? How could they treat people in this way because of differences in skin color? Please remember the people of Africa who have endured and waited for more than 500 sorrowful years. Beloved Heavenly Parent, today in the name of true parents, I liberate the sorrowful spirits of Gori Island, and through a spiritual workshop conducted by Heavenly Parent, they can be resurrected as good spirits and return to earth and be with their descendants, so that Africa can become an Africa that can realize the dream of one human family centered on Heavenly Parent and become the light and lamp of the world. Let us cooperate enthusiastically to achieve a world of no more conflict, suffering, or war, one world of complete harmony and unification centered on Heavenly Parent. I liberate and proclaim this in the name of true parents, Arju. Thank you, and let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Yutaka as he shares this morning.
Good morning, our brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining today's morning. Okay, today is Saturday, so beginning of the day, let's bring the chanson and heart and offer the happiness to our heavenly parent and true parents. So thank you for joining today. So next week we'll have a PCLC online fellowship. So please invite pastors or Christians, and also invite your friend, invite yourself. So July 22nd, Tuesday, 4 p.m. Sydney time, 6 p.m. New Zealand time. please also invite brothers and sisters. And 27 July, we will have a Chaniku Youth Assembly Asian Pacific centering on Philippines. And also, we are organizing the online event together. So it will be starting from 10 a.m. Sydney time and 12 noon New Zealand time, because 2 hours different with Manila. But basically just the first opening session, and another session is maybe centering on the local, but there is online things around 10 a.m. So depends on your country, because each nation has a different schedule. So please also arrange well. Otherwise, maybe we can record and watch if time is not totally much, but also pray and also support this special event. So this is what's happening. This is a photo last week. It was happening in Australia, the youth and also children workshop in Melbourne. So it was really great, inspiring moment. So thank you, Daniel, and also Reverend John and all missionary organized about workshop. So it was beautiful, and Melbourne brothers and sisters. So they are so much happy and also excited so much. And food was really delicious, and all activity were really good. So they said this is good, and they had also the fishing challenging. So I heard they got many fish. I'm not sure. But fish. They are so much happy. And this kind of archery train challenge is also there. Good. So kids and the youth, also brothers and sisters. So it was a beautiful time. So continuously guide our young people and educate them. And also tomorrow is Anshil. That's why today we will have a breakout session instead of tomorrow. So please also join the breakout session. And also Reverend Stone and myself will visit to Vanuatu tomorrow. So please pray for the things. Okay, so thank you for joining today. The morning Fundoke. Let's continue to share the word of the epic history of the chosen hand people of Korea. So let's study together. Number 6, the Korean people's creativity and elevated culture of heart. Okay, let's start. Mrs. Kathy, please.
Technology benefiting daily life. Largely dependent on agriculture for their livelihood, the Chosun people published a number of books on farming and developed agricultural technology to improve people's standard of living and develop the economy. The leading book on agriculture was Nonsa Chiksol, Straight Talk on Farming, published in 1429 during King Sejong's reign. Jongcho, 1434, and Byung-hyo Mun, 1396 to 1461, were among the compilers who, with reference to Chinese books on farming, systematically set out agricultural techniques suitable for Chosun's climate and soil.
Yes, thank you. So this introduction is about the development of agriculture. So technology benefiting daily life. So now we are studying the different field of the culture. So we can see those development. And this era was around maybe just Joseon dynasty time. So 1429. So Joseon dynasty time, many development happened. Please.
In addition, agricultural tools such as a rain gauge and water level gauge were developed during the Chosun period. Around 1440, Chan Yong-shil developed an accurate rain gauge as the world's first standardized device for measuring rainfall. By collecting rain in a standard-sized container for accurate measurement, It provided important data for agriculture and played a significant role in enhancing agricultural productivity.
Yes, that's also interesting. During that time, around 1440, so already they developed the device for measuring rainfall. So in order to develop our agriculture or those things, they really invested the several method and way how to get the good result or harvest. That's why we can see there was also this development. So this one happened. So this is the photo. Can you imagine these things look so simple, but this has also the important meaning. Please.
A water level measurement system was developed to measure the level of the Han River. This played the important role of accurately tracking river levels to mitigate the effects of natural disasters such as flooding and to efficiently manage water resources. This tradition of pursuing economic development through technological advancement is evidenced today by Korea's position as a global leader in technology.
Thank you. Do you know Han River? Han River is the river which are flowing the center of the soul. So if you go to the soul, you could see the bigger river. That is the Han River. And this river become also the central area for the season or people's life. And also there are, of course, many stories with this Korean Han River. So when we study about the Turumada's life course, we could see also those story when Turumada moved from north and south. Turumada and the family crossed over the Han River or bridge of the Han River, and after passing through the Han River bridge, then that bridge was bombed and broken. So centering on that river, there are very many kind of history and also story, and we could recognize this meaning of also the Han River or those cultures. So we can see agricultural technology benefiting daily life. So first one, superior water level gauge. So device for measuring river water levels, predicting natural disasters, and managing water resources. So looks like this also different style. And second one, chugugi, maybe rain gauge. Also another one was fast rain gauge, the oldest known rain measuring device. So we can see this device. And also third one, nonsa chiksol, straight talk on farming. So nonsa is Korean word, nonsa is the farming. And also chiksol is meaning is this, the straight talking. So straight talk on farming. This distinctive book systematically organizing farming techniques. So we can see so development of agricultural technology to improve people's living standards and nation's economic development. So when we study about the history of Korea, we could see those development of technology. Okay, good. Okay, please.
Celadon and white porcelain. The Han people have expressed their love for the clear blue skies and purity of spirit in their daily lives by incorporating them in their pottery. The Celadon Chonja pottery of the Koryo dynasty is famous for its clear blue-green hue, while the white porcelain of the Choson dynasty is highly regarded for its pure white beauty.
Yes, thank you. So this is so beautiful. So depends on age or era, they created different things. So it says that the Sildon Chonja pottery of the Koryo dynasty is famous for its color blue-green hue, while the white porcelain of the Joseon dynasty is highly regarded for its pure white beauty. So blue-green, and also pure white. So there are different things. So later we could see another photo, please.
Koryo Celadon, with its rich iron glaze and reduction firing process, achieves a transparent, clear jade color that elevates its beauty. The sangam inlay technique, an intricate and delicate process, further enhances its value. Compared with Celadon, the white porcelain of Joseon captures a simpler and more elegant beauty in its white color. Fashioned of pure white clay, Joseon white porcelain aimed for a refined and restrained beauty, reflecting the pursuit of a frugal yet dignified lifestyle.
Yes, thank you. So we could see this is the material, and we could see this thing is famous. Maybe we can say product from Korea. So there it's famous, and also many people like to get from Korea to own country. So the things, celadon and white porcelain, embodying the beauty of the Korean people. So celadon, 천자, and white porcelain, 백자, capture the clear blue sky and pure white spirit in pottery. So Koryo dynasty celadon is the things. 천자, 청 is I think 청 is the Korean word is more blue. 청, I think clean, maybe clean, and blue, 천자, and 백자. Pek is actually white, and 청 is kind of the blue. I'm not sure this one. So known for its distinctive jade-like color and intricate patterns. And another things, the Joseon dynasty white porcelain celebrated for its pure white color, representing simplicity and elegance. So if you go to Korea, you could see several those pottery. So please also see this well. Please.
The cultural legacy of the Han people reflect a culture based on heart that reveres God as our parent, Anchon, loves and cares for the people, Ain, and forms a nation wherein God can dwell, Ego. These aspects are important elements that shape their identity and pride, even in the present day.
Yes, so I will read this part again. The cultural legacy of the Han people reflects a culture based on heart that reveals God as our parent. Echon. Echon is love heaven. Loves and cares for the people. Ein. Love people and forms a nation wherein God can dwell. Eguk, love nation. These aspects are important elements that shape their identity and pride even in the present day. So, Father also put this word, Echon, in Eguk, love heaven, love people, and love nation. So inside of the nature or history of Korea, they had already this kind of heart. So you could see this photo. So this is the picture. So white pottery. Anyway, there are many kind of the design and types. That's why this is also one of that white porcelain 문자 any picture. Please. Then the things identity of the Korean people, a creative culture of heart, a history that preserved the identity of those descended from heaven, and religion that brought a vision of great hope, and culture that serves and attends Heavenly Parent. That's why in this chapter, we studied about those history, heart, and nature. So when we see about Korean people, we could see how heaven raised them up, their heart, nature, and culture through environment. There are also the facing difficult situation, and also the many kind of inspiration and many kind of the invention. So through history, we could realize how their identity of Korean people are prepared or raised up. So in this chapter, we could see those involvement of heaven. Okay, so next we continue to the next chapter, chapter 7, National Foundation for the Birth of the Only Begotten Daughter. National Foundation for the Birth of the Only Begotten Daughter. So let's go to the next chapter. Okay, please.
Throughout the history of the Han people, various religions and philosophies have coexisted and developed, and their various traditions underlie the national level foundation that God prepared for the birth of the only begotten daughter and the Messiah at his second advent. Buddhism, Confucianism, indigenous Korean faiths, and Christianity have all rooted themselves deeply in the lives and culture of the Han people. And many religious leaders have played significant roles as spiritual and moral leaders of the nation.
Yes, thank you. So in this chapter, we will study also from the different aspect to prepare the foundation and welcome the only begotten daughter. So I will show the slide. So Buddhists throughout the history of the Korean people have accepted and developed various religions and their teachings, including Buddhism, Confucianism, Christianity, and indigenous Korean religions. These diverse yet complementary religious traditions formed the background for establishing a national foundation for the birth of the only begotten daughter and the returning Messiah. So we could see there were Christianity, Confucianism, Buddhist, and indigenous Korean religions. So we could see one by one about the settlement of the religion in the Korean peninsula. But in some countries' case, one religion come and next religion come. Usually they conflict and fight. They cannot stay together or totally live separately. But in Korean nature or Korean culture case, they had the different aspect. They come together and they learn each culture or even tradition, and even they stay together. So that is also one of the specialty of the development of the Korean people, and also the foundation and also this kind of environment. So anyway, let's see one by one. Please read.
Buddhism in the history of Korea. Because the Han people maintained the philosophy and lifestyle of attending heaven, Heavenly Parent, they actively embraced the great global religions, which then flourished in their culture. Introduced during the Three Kingdoms period, 18 BC to 660 AD, Buddhism thrived later during Koryo, becoming the mainstream religion of the people. As a model for religious life, Buddhism has played a key role with much spiritual and cultural influence.
Okay, thank you. So this is talking about Buddhism. So when we study about the Korean history, there are many religions which came into Korean peninsula, and you could see that beyond the ages. So this is 18 BC to 660 AD, Three Kingdom period, also Buddhist come. And next slide also, continuously, it is explaining about development of Buddhism. But Buddhism development is really not only just one era or one ages. beyond the many dynasty, beyond the many kingdom or ages, continuously those development were happening. So you could see, please.
Qing dynasty scholar Cho Chi-won, 857 to 900, presented a harmonized thought system that combined Buddhist teachings with Confucianism and Taoism, based on his deep understanding of all three traditions. Earlier, Buddhist teachers who had advocated for reconciliation within Buddhism included Great Master Huan Hyo, 617 to 686, who compiled Wanzhang thought, and Great Master Weising Sang, 625 to 702, who founded the Hua Kom order of Korean Buddhism. Some countries later, during the Choson period, Great Master Sonsan, 1520 to 1604, and the Great Master Sa Myong, 1544 to 1610, led armies of monks to protect the nation. Still later, in the Japanese colonial period, Buddhist monk Han Yong-un, 1879 to 1944, strove to address corruption through his treatise on the reformation of Choson Buddhism, published in 1913, while engaging in the independence movement to safeguard the nation's identity.
Yes, thank you. So can you recognize this age in each time in the Korean history? And there are many kind of dynasty. So this history or dynasty is continuously coming or introduced like this. So it's better to study about each dynasty, like Goguryeo time or Three Kingdom. You can see about Goryeo, Silla, or Joseon dynasty. So there are many kind of dynasty, and also under the Japanese occupation, and also the division between North and South Korea, and now already coming until this era. So there are several people's name here. So there is slide. So let's see one by one. So this Buddhist throughout the history of Korean people. Silla dynasties からCho Chi-won advocated Fa Jong thought, philosophy of harmonization, and the Fa school of Korean Buddhism, achieving the integration and systematization of Buddhism, spread the culture of filial piety, and fought against evil. So during that time period, he was teaching about those nature or culture. So culture of filial piety and fought against evil. So when you study about the Buddhism, this Buddhism content is totally different with Christianity. So Buddhism focus is more for development of own self and the unity between mind and body. So how to live and how to make peace inside of yourself, to divide evil and good and evil, and to live the life of goodness. So we could see in Silla dynasty, it was said around 800 years or around that time, right? So a long time ago, this culture, this teaching was already there. Okay, then next, established the integration and systemization of Buddhism by advocating the Fajon thought and the Fa-un school, respectively, emphasized the spirit of Buddhism, popularization, and unification. So you can see Fa-jong thought. Fa is the Korean word. Fa is like Pyeongfa, so peace or harmony. And Jong is kind of the calm. And Sasang is the thought. So Fa-jong thought, Fa-jong Sasang. And another one is Fa-um school. This school, this word is kind of the word of the religion. So Jong. So those things was also the taught. So monk Won Hyo, monk Wi Sang. So those person are the key person at that time. Then next, during the Imjin War, led monk armies Sungbyeong and made great contributions to saving the nation, protected Korean autonomy and identity from foreign invasion. So you can remember that things. Imjinwa is the invasion of Japan around 1590 or around the 1600 years. So that time, Japan side is attacking Korea, but Buddhist monk stood up and to create the army in order to protect the nation of Korea and let them go back to their country, anyway, to Japan. So we could see those things was happened. Sammyeon Taesa, Sosan Taesa. Taesa is kind of the monk in Korean word. So Sammyeon Taesa and Sosang Taesa. Those persons are also initiating this movement. The next one. Independence movement patriot, Buddhist monk Han Yong-un. So strove to reform corrupted Korean Buddhism through his treatise on the reformation of Korean Buddhism. So sought to preserve national identity through the independence movement. So we could see even there was corruption inside of Buddhism, but this monk stood up and to reform their Buddhist religion itself. So this time period is under the, I think, Japanese occupation period around 1910, 1920. So I think around that time. So we could see first one is about the Buddhist history. So already from BC to AC, more than around a long time period, this Buddhism culture came to Korean Peninsula and continuously gave the influence beyond the dynasty and kingdom, and even current age, the power of Buddhism or influence of Buddhism inside of Korean society is really big. And number of Buddhist groups are also the big. So through these things, we can see the development of Buddhism and also the settlement of Buddhism inside of Korea. So we could see before welcoming the only begotten daughter and to welcome the second Adam of the Messiah, God prepared the people's nature through the several religions. So in this chapter, we will learn one by one. So first one is Buddhism, and second one is Confucianism. So maybe next time we will continue to study about another religion. So anyway, through those things, we could see the heaven's preparation and heaven's direct involvement to Korean people to be prepared the foundation to welcome the only begotten daughter and our second of the Messiah. We can recognize those involvement. So it's really amazing and also the great new realization. So let's continuously study the history. Then we could also realize and learn deeply the involvement of our Heavenly Parent, even love of the Heavenly Parent. So today content is also great content. So let's study continuously. So thank you for joining today's morning Hundoke. If there is something you wanna share, maybe shortly you can share, then we can go to the breakout session. So once again, thank you for joining today. Have a great time. 감사합니다.
Kamsahamnida, thank you very much, Rev Yutaka, for sharing with us. As you mentioned, if there's anyone wanting to share before we go to join the breakout rooms. Yes, Mary, go ahead.
Good morning. Yeah, the Han River floods its banks quite often, and the Koreans have really they understand the patterns of the flooding, and all along the banks, like in Seoul, they don't have buildings, but they have like sports fields, and they use the land, but if there's a flood, then major damage isn't done. Because it's sort of easy to recreate the soccer fields or the tennis courts or whatever compared to if there were buildings. So I just thought that was an interesting, comparison to other places where they don't really consider the possibilities of flood. And, you know, when the floods do come, then everything's wiped out. So, I thought that was an interesting point. The fact that they're, one of the first cultures to actually, create a rain gauge and create measuring devices for water. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. If there's anyone else who wants to share? Okay, if not, then we can move on to the breakout sessions. As always, the first room is for witnessing, the second for peace and security, and the third for PCLC. So I'll just create them, and please join the room you wish.
Are you there, Rev Yamada?
Which one?
No, I am. That's interesting because last time I am not given a choice how to join. I want to join number one.
Number one, witnessing?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
man.
So I don't wonder what happens
No,
there.
sometimes it doesn't come out, right?
Yeah.
Room one.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. Sorry if you got cut off or didn't get enough chance, but it is time now for us to share together our unison prayer. So thank you, and I'll just bring up the screen. There it is. Let's pray together. Thank you. Jew, Jew. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Rev Yutaka, for sharing, and I hope everyone has a great day and see you all again tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Happy days, everyone.
Thank you.